Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's top stories with MyNewsNE. I'm Pinaki, and now let's look at the headlines before we start with the bulletin. Assam Education Minister to announce 2 bills at Assam Assembly. Nagaland all set to host the G20 Summit 2023 in Kohima on April 5th. Mizoram government seeks election commission's opinion over Minister Rohite's disqualification. Arunachal organizes Khelo India to empower women through sports. Seringain Longkumer elected as Speaker of 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Now the news in details. Education Minister Dr. 𝐻𝐈𝐕𝐄 tabled 2 bills related to education in the Assam Legislative Assembly today. And today is the 7th day of the Assam Legislative Assembly budget session, where 2 bills related to education departments were introduced to the House. Following a question and answer session at the Assembly, a discussion on budget was held. And the 2 budgets that was introduced at the Assembly are the following: the Assam Elementary and Secondary School Teachers Bill 2023 and the Assam College Employees Bill 2023. And the two bills were introduced by Assam Education Minister 𝐻𝐈𝐕𝐄. As on March 16, Assam Finance Minister Ajanta Naik presented the state budget for the fiscal year 2023-24 at the Assembly. And addressing a press conference by the party president, Ripun Bora said that the budget was a tax-dependent budget and alleged that the budget would not be able to show the state a development path. But Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, while speaking at the ongoing Assembly Legislative Assembly budget session today, said that the government will act though against cases of child marriages. Addressing the House on the 7th day of the ongoing budget session, Assam Chief Minister said that government has earmarked a budget of rupees 200 crore with a target of making the state free of incident of child marriage by the end of 2026. And Sharma further elucidated that no one will be left out of the purview of the law, and that anyone caught in the act of marrying of their wards below the legal age of marriage or forcing the girl to bear children before the age of 14 will face a jail term of 14 years. And CM Sharma stated, our government will ensure that the husband of the girl who bears the burden of motherhood under the age of 14 will face jail term of 14 years. And while speaking on the presence of witnesses in child marriage cases, CM Sharma added that under witnesses are not required for conviction under the POCSO Act. And Assam CM also stated that the state government has no information on when the process for delimitation of constituencies will be over. And speaking in the Assembly, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma said any question the opposition may have about the process can be placed before the Election Commission when its full team visits the state next week.
POSCO এক লগোৱা বা নলগোৱাটো হি পুলিচ বা সৰকাৰৰ ওপৰত নিৰ্ভৰ নকৰে। POSCO আইনৰ অধীনত লিখা আছে যে 16 বছৰৰ তলৰ ছোৱালী কোনোবাই যদি সেক্সুৱেলি এডভান্স হয় ছোৱালীজনীৰ প্ৰতি, তেতিয়াহলে তাত POSCO আইন বলবৎ হ'ব। আৰু এই আইনখনত ওয়াইফকো এক্সেম কৰা হোৱা নাই যে you can sexually advance to anyone, which will be crime, but excluding wife. এই শব্দটো তাতে নাই। তাৰ পৰিপ্ৰেক্ষিতত পুলিচ is duty bound. যদি কোনোবা
And now moving towards Nagaland. Nagaland is all geared up to host the G20 summit scheduled on April 5 at Kohima. Various infrastructure at the airport, roads and venues are being revamped for the grand event, and the state will host a business meeting which will feature representatives of the G20 countries. Chief Secretary J. Alam said that Nagaland need to showcase the best. And he said India's year-long presidency of G20, which began in December last year, is a matter of great honor for the country, adding in the G20 calendar meetings will be held year-round in over 33 cities. Commenting on the delegates, Alam said about 110 delegates are being expected to visit the state, of which about 100 will be from 28 G20 countries and the remaining from international organizations that are part of the grouping. The delegates will arrive on special flights on April 4, and the business delegates from big continental corporations, ambassadors and other senior representatives of their respective countries will be attending the summit. And there will be business meeting and cultural program which will showcase the strengths of Nagaland at the summit events. The meeting would focus mostly on agriculture and elite services, the food processing industry and tourism. And on April 4th, a program will be held at the Capital Cultural Hall in Kohima, where the delegates will be accorded a formal welcome, followed by business meeting at the State Banquet Hall on 5th April. A cultural evening and dinner will be organized at Kisama Naga Heritage Village, where the famous Hornbill Festival will be showcased for the guests. And now next, moving towards Mizoram. The Mizoram government has sought the opinion of the Election Commission of India on a petition seeking Minister Robert Roite's disqualification for allegedly holding an office of profit. According to the official, the governor sent a letter to the ECI last week requesting that the poll panel to look into the petition filed by the main opposition, Mizoram People's Movement, to disqualify Roite for allegedly violating the Representation of People Act by holding a profit-making office. He added that Raj Bhavan also sought the opinion of the ECI on the subject for the governor's further consideration. And Roite is a Minister of State and holds various portfolios including sports and tourism in the current Mizo National Front government led by Chief Minister Zoramthangma. Earlier, the Mizoram People's Movement had filed a petition urging the government to disqualify Roite for allegedly holding an office of profit by owning a consultancy firm that worked on several contracts under the state government in violation of RP Act. Roite is currently a Minister of State, and he had also recently been given the portfolio of District Council and Minority Affairs, which was previously held by Cabinet Minister R. Lalzir Liana. In this petition, the ZPM claimed that Roite, who is the sole owner of the Northeast Constituency Service, continued to run his business and pay goods and services tax on a regular basis even after he was elected to the state legislature in 2018. And according to the petition, the company violated Section 9A of the RP Act by executing a deed of agreement with the State District Council and Minority Affairs Department in June of last year for the execution of 2-year works under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakram scheme. It had stated that the agreement was executed through single source selection in violation of the Mizoram Public Procurement Rules 2020 and the Mizoram Transparency in Public Procurement Act 2008. It was alleged that NECS has been executing various projects since it was approved as an employed firm by the state government in September last year, and the Roite has concealed in his affidavit about the ongoing projects undertaken by his firm at the time of filling nomination in 2018. And according to the petition, seeking and receiving monetary benefits by the minister through his firm is not only conflict of interest but also misuse of power and a breach of people's trust. Now next, moving towards Arunachal. In a bid to empower women through sports, Arunachal Pradesh organized Khelo India 10 Ka Dam Women's Weightlifting event. The event was inaugurated on Saturday at the SciSeg Center and concluded on Sunday. And according to reports, as many as 47 athletes participated in sports under different categories in the event. Kaken Duam won the gold in the below 40 kilogram category. She lifted 45 kilos in snatch and 57 kilos in clean and jerk for a total of 102 kgs. In the below 49 kg category, the gold medal was won by Techi Nadin with a total lift of 131 kgs. Liza Kamsha won the gold medal in the below 59 kg category with a total lift of 171 kgs. Clean and jerk 101 kgs and snatch 70 kgs. In the below 64 kg category, Posen Kongkang took the gold with a total lift of 105 kgs. She lifted 45 kgs in snatch and 60 kgs in the clean and jerk. The objective of organizing the event was to come up with a platform to female athletes who are unable to compete at the national or state level competitions. The inauguration ceremony was attended by Arunachal Olympic Association President and Education Minister Taba Tedir and Itanagar MLA Tichi Kaso. And the Arunachal Weightlifting Association organized the event in collaboration with the SAISTC and the Indian Weightlifting Federation. And President of Arunachal Weightlifting Association Mr. Abraham K. Techi briefed the media.
दस का दम जो है सारा इंडिया में ये गेम चल रहा है और 10 सिटी में एंड वी आर लकी दैट वी आर वन ऑफ देम. नॉर्थ ईस्ट में मणिपुर में एक है, अरुणाचल एक है. तो स्पेशली फॉर द गर्ल्स ये है. ये आई थिंक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया दे माइट हैव फेल्ट that there is a lot of potential in the female weightlifters because in weightlifting in Olympic game from weightlifting we got the first medal in 2000 from Sydney Olympic से हम लोग मिला था. वो जो कर्नम मलेश्वर है, इसका बाद में जस्ट लास्ट ओलंपिक में और एक मेडल मिला था. वो जो मीराबाई चानू सिल्वर मेडल मिला था. उसको देख के गवर्नमेंट बहुत 10 का दम जो है सारा इंडिया में ये गेम.
NDPP candidate Sharingain Longkumer has been unanimously elected as the Speaker of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly today. Surprisingly, the State Legislative Assembly of Nagaland had received only one nomination for the post of Speaker at the time of filling of nomination papers. Longkumer had filed his nomination for the post of Speaker of the Legislative Assembly on March 18. And it will be Longkumer's second consecutive term as the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly. And he who was also the Speaker of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly won the recently concluded election on an NDPP ticket. His candidature was proposed by Minister Temjen Imna along and seconded by advisor 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄. No withdrawals were made till the expiry of the date and the time for withdrawals, the Assembly Secretariat added. And that's all for today. We will be back tomorrow. Till then, keep watching My News Northeast.